Narayanam namaskrityam naram chaiva narottamam devim saraswatim vyasam tato jayam mudiraye nashtaprayeshu abhadreshu nityam bhagavata sevaya bhagavati uttama shloke bhaktir bhavati naishtaki Guruve Gaurachandraya Radhikaya Tadalaye Krishnaya Krishna Bhaktaya Tadbhaktaya Namo Namaha Namaha Pankaja Nabhaya Namaha Pankaja Maline Namaha Pankaja Netraya Namaste Pankajangri Krishnaya Vasudevaya Devaki Nandanaya Cha Nanda Gopa Kumaraya Govindaya Namo Namaha Namo Akinchana Vittaya Nivritta Gunavrittaye Atmaramaya Shantaya Kevalye Pataye Namaha. Hare Krishna, dear worshipable devotees, thank you for joining. We were talking about Sri Bali Maharaj had made his firm, determined plan. Yes, I will reject the so-called Guru, Shukracharya, who has no love of Godhead. And he's trying to trick me to something pseudo-religion. No, I'll follow the pure religion. That means to love Krishna. If he would have a love for Godhead, then he would have not objected Bali's decision, rather encouraged Bali's decision. And then Vindhyavali did exactly the same, which also tells us that Vindhyavali had love of Godhead. Vindhyavali encouraged Bali to give in charity. Sarvasva Tomar Charane Pipadiya, Bhaktivinoda Thakur also says. There's a beautiful picture here, which I'm going to share. So she brought up this golden water pot so that Bali Maharaj can wash the lotus feet of Sri Vamandev, the dwarf incarnation of the Supreme Lord. And look at Shukracharya. Doesn't look very happy, right? Because he's saying, objecting, no, pause, don't do this. What will happen to me? Who will be my employer? You will be bankrupt, I'll be bankrupt. So, but Bali Maharaj says, the essence of all religion is to serve Krishna. If Krishna is happy, everyone is happy. So, nice picture. Now we'll move on to the next verse. We read till text 17 last time. Vindhyavali's entrance we discussed, and then we also discussed that how both husband and wife, the spouses, should support each other, especially in their spiritual causes, and not try to object or not try to be disruptive, rather try to enhance one's bhakti, enhance one's spiritual vows. That is the real dharma of husband and wife, to support each other. Text number 18. Yajmanah swayam tasya Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam muda avani javahan murdhani tat apo vishvapavanai. Translation. Nice divine grace. A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Bali Maharaj, the worshipper of Lord Vamanadev, jubilantly washed the lotus feet and then took the water on his head, for that water delivers the entire universe. Hare Krishna. So we just saw that picture, how Vindhyavali brought a pot full of water, golden pot. It shows that means that we should give the best to Lord. They were in a position to use golden pot. So they didn't bring a plastic mug. Okay, you have to wash Lord's feet. They could afford the golden pot, and they did their best. And after that, how do we take Nirmalya or Charanamrita? By taking on one's head, by drinking. These are the ways we have discussed how to handle Nirmalya. Even Nishadraj Guha is a famous story in Ramayana. It's just coming, Lord Ram's appearance is coming. So Lord Shri Guha also washed the lotus feet of Lord Ram, and this Kevat, the famous keyword, the boatman, how he washed in a very joking mood, that saying, well, if there is any dust particle on your lotus feet, then my boat will turn into a lady. I'll have a tough time. My wife will say, what is going on? And how will I earn my living? This boat is my living. So I want to wash your feet so that there is no dust particle. Because I know what happened to the stone. It turned into a hilya. Everyone knows that story. So that's a beautiful pastime about washing Lord's lotus feet. Just came to my mind. So here, they nicely washed Lord's feet and took upon his head the Charanamrit that delivers the entire universe. Okay, we'll read the next verse, text number 19. Yes, Nandini Mataji, you want to read?
Yes, Prabhu. Dandavat Pranam. All devotees. Tada Surendram Divi Devatagana Gandharva Vidyadhara Siddha Charanaha Tatkarma Sarvepi Grunanta Arjavam Prasunna Varshe Vrusha Varvushu Mudan Vitaha. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. At that time, the residents of the higher planetary system, namely the demigods, the Gandharvas, the Vidyadharas, the Siddhas, and the Charanas, all being very pleased with by Bali Maharaja's simple, non-duplicitous act, praised his qualities and showered upon him millions of flowers. Arjavam, simplicity or freedom from duplicity, is a qualification of a Brahmana and a Vaishnava. A Vaishnava automatically acquires all the qualities of a Brahmana. Yasyasti bhaktir bhagavati akinchana sarvair samaste suraha. Bhagavatam 5.18.12. A Vaishnava should possess the Brahminical qualifications such as Satya, Sama, Dama, Titiksha, and Arjava. There cannot be any duplicity in the character of a Vaishnava. When Bali Maharaj acted with unflinching faith and devotion unto the lotus feet of Lord Vishnu, this was very much appreciated by all the residents of the higher planetary system. So Arjavam, the simplicity, is the main quality pointed out here. And a person, the Bali Maharaj has such a simple heart that, and he's doesn't have any show, any pretension, any doubt in his mind. Just simple service, and he's so pleased to do it that demigods are showering flowers. Really, there's no show off. There's no Facebook picture. It's just a very simple service made with faith and devotion. Back to you, Prabhu. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Mataji. Yes, Saralta hi Vaishnavta. Vaishnavta means Saralta. Saralta or simplicity. In Bhagavad Gita also, Krishna says multiple times this point, simplicity. A devotee is simple-hearted. So non-duplicitous means in and out same. Say what you do what we say. Simple. Krishna is Patita Pavana. One is straightforward. Non, no hidden agenda, as Mataji said. There was no like, oh, Bali Maharaj was going to donate. He was not expecting, oh, the demigods will shower millions of flowers. That's why I should give a donation. Or the temple president will announce my name. That's why I should give a donation. Or in the next Manvantara, Lord will come and give me back all this property. That was not his intention. His intention was to just, with a pure heart, give his best. The chance to serve the Lord, and I must do my best. That was all his intention. He was not thinking what Guru will think. Of course, he was not thinking of the consequences. He didn't have any hidden agenda. So, non-duplicitous behavior, simple-hearted, honest, humble. All these great qualities go together. So, and we must try to develop these qualities. A Vaishnava automatically acquires all these qualities. That doesn't mean that we shouldn't strive to develop these qualities. It's kind of a nice balance because we're trying to be a Vaishnava also, we're trying to develop these qualities also. These qualities will help us to become a better Vaishnava, and being a better Vaishnava will help us to develop these qualities. So we have to, try. It's like parallel tracks. Sadachar, Swadhyaya, Sadhana, the 5S of the Govardhan Eco Village model. Sadhana, good Sadachar. It's very important. Swadhyaya, the study of scriptures. Sadhana, Sadachar, Swadhyaya, Sambandha. What are the other S's?
Sangha and Seva.
Sangha and Seva, yes. These are the 5S of Bhakti. Thank you. So all these 5S's will really help us to develop better devotional qualities and to become a better devotee. If we have these 5S's good, and we sincerely try, all these will go together. Sadhana will help us to develop good sadachar. Good sangha will give us good enthusiasm, good sadhana, good seva, sadachar. I mean, they're all connected. Good sadhana without good sadachar is no, we will not find that combination. It's not that one is very very simple, but very very kind of very, let's say, angry. No? Or if one is very very humble, but very very miserly, you will not find. All the great qualities go together. All the demoniac qualities also go together. So okay, we'll move on to the next verse. I guess Moksha Mataji wants to read.
Hare Krishna, all devotees. Tanvat Pranam. Text 20. Nedur muhur dunbu haya sahara sarso gandharva kim purusha kinnara jagahu mana swine nirakritam sudukshanam vidvan adat yad ripave jagat trayam. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. The Gandharvas, the Kimpurushas, and the Kinnaras sounded thousands and thousands of kettle drums and trumpets again and again, and they sang in great jubilation, declaring how exalted a person is Bali Maharaj, and what a different task he has performed. Even though he knew that Lord Vishnu was on the side of his enemies, he nonetheless gave the Lord the entire three worlds in charity. So here, Srila Prabhupada is telling us that uh, all the great people are appears when Lord goes somewhere to perform his pastime or lila. So Gandharvas, Kimpurushas, and Kinnaras were present there, and they were praising Bali Maharaj because uh, they knew that Bali Maharaj was cognizant of the fact that Lord is present there to perform his leela from, but he was on the side of the devatas, uh, so that he can give Indra his kingdom back. But still, he was very much uh, he was such an exalted devotee of the Lord that he didn't see that why he has appeared, what is his intention, or like that. He just he just heard what the Lord asked, and he just wanted to give the best to serve him. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, back to you.
Thank you so much, Mataji. We often talk about in the scriptures tell that one should treat one's enemy. If one enemy comes at home, that the enemy should forget that I have come in the home of the enemy. So Bali Maharaj exemplifying that. Earlier also he did that when Indra came to him about the plan which Lord Vishnu had told him to do Samudra Manthan. Now also he is not treating Vishnu as this, although Lord Vishnu has disguised as Vamandev, but although after repeated reminders of Shukracharya, he didn't consider Vamana or Vishnu as his enemy. Although he knew very well that Vishnu was the one who disguised as Mohini Murti also. He knows that Vishnu can disguise, and Shukracharya, a great kind of Smarta Brahmana, is telling, so he's not lying either. But in spite of all that, he did not deter in his vow, in his promise. That's even the demigods are praising that. They got all their instruments and having a kirtan party to glorify the devotee. Kettle drums, thousands of kettle drums. It's like a big party, not just one or two mridangas, thousands of kettle drums. Okay. 21. Who has not yet read today?
I can read.
Yes, please. So,
Hare Krishna devotees, text 21. Tad Vamanam Rupam Avatar Bhutam Hare Antasya Gunatrayatmakam Bhukam Tisho Dayo Vivraha Payodhyas Tiryanna Deva Rashoya Bhasata. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, Jai Srila Prabhupada. The unlimited Supreme Personality of Godhead, who had assumed the form of Vamana, then began increasing in size, acting in terms of the material energy, until everything in the universe was within his body, including the earth, the planetary systems, the sky, the directions, the various holes in the universe, the seas, the oceans, the birds, beasts, human beings, the demigods, and the great saintly persons. Purport. Bali Maharaj wanted to give charity to Vamandev, but the Lord expanded his body in such a way that he showed Bali Maharaj that everything in the universe is already in his body. Actually, no one can give anything to the Supreme Personality of Godhead, for he is full in everything. Sometimes we see a devotee offering Ganges water to the Ganges. After taking his bath in the Ganges, a devotee takes a palmful of water and offers it back to the Ganges. Actually, when one takes a palmful of water from the Ganges does not lose anything. And similarly, if a devotee offers a palmful of water to the Ganges, the Ganges does not increase in any way. But by such an offering, the devotee becomes celebrated as a devotee of Mother Ganges. Similarly, when we offer anything with devotion and faith, what we offer does not belong to us, nor does it enrich the opulence of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. But if one offers whatever he has in his possession, he becomes a recognized devotee. In this regard, the example is given that when one's face is decorated, but if one offers whatever he has in his possession, becomes a recognized devotee. In this regard, the example is given that when one's face is decorated with a garland and sandalwood pulp, the reflection of one's face in a mirror automatically becomes beautiful. The original source of everything is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is the original source also. Therefore, when the Supreme Personality of Godhead is decorated, the devotees and all living entities are decorated automatically. Hare Krishna. So this nice verse is just saying again that Lord Vamanadev is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. He expands himself and he shows that he has the entire universe already within his. He already has everything. So whatever Bali Maharaj is trying to give him, he already has it. So, but irrespective of that, just like the example is given of the Ganges, the devotee becomes purified by doing such a thing. So by doing it with devotion and faith and with bhakti, just like one takes a bath in the river Ganga, like Kumbh Mela is going on right now. So people might take the water and then offer it back, and they themselves are then, in a way, spiritualized, you can say that, or become more pure devotees. That's what I get from this. Thank you, Prabhu.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Prabhuji. Very nice. When we decorate the Lord, when we serve the Lord, or when the Lord is happy, the Jiva is happy, because man is made in the image of God, right? In the Bible it is said. So we are like a reflection, or the like in a mirror. If one tries to decorate the reflection, or the image, it won't work. But when one puts the whatever the color or ointment or whatever on the self, then the image also gets that whatever the decorative item. So similarly, when one tries to put beautiful dresses to the Lord, then one's desire to wear beautiful clothes just goes away. When the one tries to offer nice bhoga to the Lord, then one's desire to eat, opulent just goes away. Because one sees the Lord is happy, that the jiva is naturally happy. The example given is like a driver in the car. Imagine an expensive car, a brand new Mercedes or BMW. The driver is driving that car. And there are a lot of facilities in that car: nice air conditioning, nice music system, nice, comfortable, heated seats, and whatnot. A lot of facilities there. But if the driver thinks it's just for my enjoyment and ignores the master, no, it won't happen. But if the driver understands his position, that I am a servant, my duty is to give joy to the master, then it's not that the master will say, well, nice music is going on, now you put cotton balls in your ears, you can't hear it. Or nice air conditioning is going on, now you put a blanket because I don't want you to experience the nice air conditioning. The driver or the servant's happiness lies in serving the master. So that is the point here. Who are we to give anything to Krishna? When we were born, how many $1 million or 1,000,000 cars or property we brought with us? Isn't that interesting? There's a unmanifest state, there's a manifest state, and then there is an unmanifest state. Bhagavad Gita teaches this basic principle. But in that tiny manifest state, we claim this is mine, this is mine, this is everything belongs to the Supreme Lord. So if everything belongs to Him, who am I to give charity to the Lord or to devotees? That's a higher consciousness. Okay. Yes, Prabir Prabhu, you want to read text 22? Okay, Rag Prabhu, you are in a position to read? Okay, yes. Prabhu. Go ahead, Prabir Prabhu, you are in a position to read?
Just a minute. Registered devotees, Dandavat Pranam, Jai Shri Prabhupada. Kaye balis tasya maha vibhute shahatig acharya sadasya etat dadasya vishwam trigunam gunatmake bhutendriya arthasya jiva yuktam. Translation. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Joy Srila Prabhupada. Bali Maharaj, along with all the priests, acharyas, and members of the assembly, observed the Supreme Personality of Godhead's universal body, which was full of 6 opulences. That body contained everything within the universe, including all the gross material elements, the senses, the sense objects, the mind, intelligence, and false ego, the various kinds of living entities, and the actions and reactions of the 3 modes of material nature. Purport. In Bhagavad Gita, the Supreme Personality of Godhead says, Aham Sarvasya Prabhavo Matta Sarvam Pravartate. Krishna is the origin of everything. Vasudeva Sarvam iti. Krishna is everything. Matsthani Sarvabhutani Nat Chaham Tesha Avastita. Everything rests in the body of the Lord. Yet, Lord is not everywhere. Mayavadi philosophers think that since the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the Absolute Truth, has become everything, He has no separate existence. Their philosophy is called Advaita. Actually, however, their philosophy is not correct. Here, Bali Maharaj was the seer of the personality of Godhead's universal body, and that body was that which was seen. Thus, there is Dvaitavad. There are always 2 entities, the seer and the seen. The seer is a part of the whole, but he is not equal to the whole. The part of the whole, the seer, is also one with the whole. But since he is but a part, he cannot be complete whole at any time. This Achinta Bhedavet, simultaneously oneness and difference, is the perfect philosophy propounded by Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Hare Krishna. So here Srila Prabhupada is explaining how the Lord is everywhere and everything is in the Lord, but Lord is not in this universe. I mean, some little knowledge we learned just in the previous chapters and also in Chaitanya Charitamrita, that Krishna doesn't have any connection with the material nature. Through the Purusha avatars, he worked through the material nature. And even the Purusha avatars, we heard that they do everything, but they are not they are not within the material energy, or they are not contaminated by the material modes of natures. So here Srila Prabhupada is saying that that oneness, at the same time, material nature is coming from Krishna, but Krishna is not within this material nature. Comparison, we can see that we are here in the material world, we are under the material modes of nature. We are always under the modes, we are affected by the modes. But if Krishna and his pure devotees, we heard previous verses that they are in the material nature, but they are not affected by the modes of anything. Means they are transcendental, means duplicity, good or bad, hot or cold, nothing touches them actually. They are totally oblivious, indifferent in all those things. So that's my understanding, Prabhu. Please add or corrections.
Thank you, Prabir Prabhuji. So nice that you have shared so many wonderful points. This is again the discussion of Chintya Bheda Bhed Tattva. Anyone has any question? Everyone understands Advaita, Dvaita, and Achintya Bheda Bheda. So Dvaita means two, Advaita means one. So some people say, well, the Lord and Jiva, they become one. Because everything is in the Lord. So the example given is that the parrot, is on the green parrot on a green tree does not mean that the parrot has merged with the tree. The parrot still remains or retains his identity. So, and so that's a similar in quality, the simultaneous oneness and difference. The oneness is in the quality, Satchidananda. Jiva is Satchidananda and the Paramatma is Satchidananda. But one is Anu, infinitesimal, and one is infinite, Vibhu. The drop of water and the ocean of water. Okay. Any other comments, questions before we pause Bhagavatam reading for today? Okay, just a reminder, this Sunday would be Mahatma Prabhu's Japa retreat. So some of you may have registered. If not, please, I request you to please do so if you want to take advantage of this wonderful Japa seminar, which will be in 2 Sundays. This coming Sunday, April 17 or 18th. Yeah, I think it's 18th. 18th and then 25th. So we will not be meeting here those days. We'll be meeting for those who register in Mahatma Prabhu's Zoom class or seminar. So yeah, please do the needful. Only 2 days are left. So we all can hear from him and try to improve our japa. Okay, we'll pause here. And today is the starting of Tulasi Jaladan also. So basically what it means in the northern India part, it's quite hot. The hot season pretty much begins. So they put a kind of a pot of water and continuous drip on Mata Tulasi. It was very, very dear to Krishna, Tulasi, Krishna Priyasi. So you can also pray to Tulasi Maharani and water her regularly, chant prayers, etc. Prabhupada has given such wonderful prayers, Tulasi Arti, Tulasi Pranam Mantra, Tulasi Pradakshina Mantra, etc. So that period also starts for about 21 days now. ग्रंथराज श्रीमद्-भागवतम पुराण की जय, श्री प्रभुपाद की जय, समवेत गौर भक्तवृंद की जय, वंशाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः. Hare Krishna, thank you so much.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.